hair is a very important aspect of the human being. One of the things that really it does, especially for a model, is to be able to add value to her beauty. One model from South America, you all don't know her. She emailed me and said, Professor, did Adelina change the color of her hair? Asked me, has she changed the color of her hair? So what that shows is that how people notice hair straight away when it comes to change of color. You don't even know the person, but people remember even the color of your hair. So how important it is for you to take care of your hair, which you may not think is that important as compared to taking care of your skin. But the answer is that when you take care of your hair, you actually are in a position to add more beauty to your beauty. People are born with 7 different types of skeleton structures. All human beings, the face has 7 different structures. Okay? Some have round, some are straight, some are rectangle, some are squarish. Now, for photography point of view, at times when we are shooting and trying to find the right angles, right? Like for example, the angles that I use for Adelina are very different than the angles I use for you. But when I use these angles are based purely on the skeleton or the structure of your bones. Some have high-rise cheeks, some have other features. So forget the complexion, but the basis of that structure is such, and that can be beautiful, it cannot be beautiful. For example, you all know Christina Swift, right? Now Christina has a very long jaw, but if her hair was short, she would not be able to cover the length of the jaw. It would look even more long. So the way out of it is to have a position in the hair in such a manner that the long jaw becomes short. You understand? And that's how you work on it. So you have to use hair very intelligent. But what happens is, one of the areas in some models where it makes a difference is when your skin on the neck starts not to remain firm and loosens up. You start getting wrinkles on your neck as you are turning. When you are giving the shot or finding the angle and you are turning left or right, it is at that time you can drop the hair on that side of your neck so that it covers the wrinkle, the skin folds. I won't say wrinkles, I'll say skin folds. That's one very beautiful part where it can be used, is how to effectively use it on the neck. The second area where you use it is for the back. Alright? Yesterday Azad took one shot of Adelina when she was walking away on the back. So the beauty of the back comes from 3 things. One is the spine, one is the height, and third is the hair. Now if the woman has a beautiful spine and has a nice long back, but her hair is short and she is walking away, then it has a different kind of a beauty. But the one with long hair, it has a different kind of a beauty. If it is not used correctly, it can work against you. For example, Adelina might have a beautiful back, but because she has long hair, the beauty of the back gets covered by the hair. So you have to be very intelligent in how you position your hair, whether it is in the back or it is in the front. Most of the time when you look at your hair, you always look at your hair in the mirror and you think that this is something that's related with your face or the front of your body. But hair also plays a vital role for the back of your body. The texture of your hair, the nourishment of your hair, oiling it, that's why I gave you that oil, you should use it. The amount of vitamins you eat in your food, the raw food, all these things improve the quality of your hair. By constantly changing the color of your hair, it spoils your hair. By constantly making them straight and then curling them, it will spoil your hair. So the way out of this is that you have to use your hair very intelligently. The second part is nails. When we photograph you looking at your strong points. You try to get emotion from your eyes, but in the process of using your eyes and your face, you also have to use your hands and your legs. Head, the shoulders and the waist are more important. And the way you position them, then we use the hand and legs in a way that it can help you. If that is the case, when we photograph your hand, we cannot do it just and cut off your hand halfway. We have to photograph your fingers. And as I taught you how to position your fingers either together or either equidistant. And if you are going to put them equidistant or together, the answer is that the photograph doesn't stop on your fingers, the photograph doesn't stop on your hand, it stops on your nails. So your nails are the beauty of your hands, like the hair is the beauty of your head. So nails are very important. The shape of nails, the way you take care of them, the vitamins you have, that they should be healthy nails, they shouldn't be broken. The way the nails are what you call painted, they should be matching. Sometimes in glamour photography, your nail does not have to match with your dress only. Sometimes the dress is green, but your shoes are red. You can choose whether the nail should go with the dress or with the shoes. If you are positioning your hand on the shoes, then it should go towards the color of the shoe, not the color of the dress, to remain this symmetry. So where you position your hand and what the color base is, that is where you got to take into the of nails. Another important thing is that some women have beautiful fingers, long, and they are using their hands for jewelry. So when you come into advertisements for jewelry, you're using your hands. So when you use your fingers for jewelry, you have to be sure that your nails are correct and that they are not left unpolished. Along with the nails, you then come to the makeup. Now the makeup is like this, that it's like a car. You can drive the car very slow and you can drive the car very fast. So same way the makeup, either you can put too much of it or you can put too little of it. It depends. Remember, the makeup has to match your dress, your bag and the time that you're wearing clothes. If you're doing a retro style and your clothes are in retro style, you cannot have makeup like a hippie or like a young person. You have to try and think that the makeup should match that. Makeup is very, very important to be able to show the complete effect of what you are wearing. So the makeup also compensates when it comes to light conditions that are around you while taking pictures. The makeup should be such that people don't look at you and say, beautiful makeup. That you don't want. You want someone to look at you and say, beautiful woman, not beautiful makeup. So you must not overdo it, but at the same time not less. So like a car, you can't drive very fast and you can't drive very slow on this. The second thing is on the issue of posture. The issue of posture, it's extremely important. When posture is weak, you have to train to keep your posture correct. It's also very important because it maintains the center of gravity of your body. It enables you to use your body and to be in the center. If your posture is not correct, when I tell you to move left or I tell you to move right, you cannot. If your center of gravity is correct, you can then move left or you can move right very easily. By having good posture, you are being able to have a stronger spine. When you have a stronger spine, you automatically have a good posture. I check a model and her spine is weak in the center or below or on the top, then her posture automatically changes. One. Two, the posture also changes when a woman is pregnant. Sometimes your models who are also mothers, what happens is then that when she is pregnant, the posture tends to change because she becomes heavy on her bust. And then you have to be able to see that you position yourself in the right thing. A lot of times people think that by being too much in this direction is also bad, and being too much in this direction is bad. You have to maintain center of gravity as a straight line. So posture is absolutely important. So how you use the weight of the body is very important even in modeling. How you turn around, how you turn the other way, left to right, right to left, how much you can bend over, how much. The same thing applies to you guys as photographers. You need to firm your muscles and you need to be able to have a healthy skin. But to have healthy skin, below that you need healthy bones. But between the bone and the skin you need healthy muscles. So all three have to be healthy, not only the skin, but also the muscles, also the bones. So you need to have strong bones, you need to have healthy muscles, and you need to have healthy skin as well. When we go to a movie, we understand what the woman or the man is saying in the movie because we listen. But you cannot listen, right? You cannot listen when you look at a picture. The only way you can understand without listening in the picture is to understand through the expression. And that can only come from your smile or from your eyes. Your smile and your eyes will give you the expression. This is the way you talk in the picture. Practice expression is to take a magazine and to smile with your eyes. So that when someone sees your eyes only, they know that you are sad or that you are smiling or that you are unhappy or you are happy. When you have learnt to smile with your eyes without showing your lips, then you have learned expression. To be on the cover of a magazine is very important for that magazine. If over here they put Madonna on this cover or they put Lady Gaga on this cover, you would think, wow, I will buy. Second thing is that all these four magazines are trying to sell you something different. This magazine does not look like a fashion magazine, but this magazine looks like a fashion magazine. You understand? This magazine looks like a woman's magazine. This magazine looks like a Sunday magazine in the newspaper. So far you only said, I want to be on Victoria's Secrets. Now tell me, do these look like fashion magazines to you? No. Right? Why would you as a model want to be in a magazine that is not a fashion magazine? But these look like fashion. And this one looks more like fashion magazine. The cover is very important for a magazine. If you are not in the top 3, then you cannot say, I will not show today. You cannot say, I want 500 songs more. You cannot say, I will charge you $500 more. Because you're still not on the top 3. But when you're on the top 3, you can say, I want $100,000. I want to be able to ask for that because I am Penelope Cruz. Because I am Salma Hayek. So you create your value first, then you ask for the price. You don't first ask the price and then go for the value. The last thing that I want to show you for today is how you do your portfolio. Now, how you show a portfolio? Normally when you go to some ad agency, you just give them the USB, here's my portfolio. That's not how a professional model does. A professional model does not have to show it in a USB. A professional model does not have to show more than 5 photos. If you meet Zana Neinberg or you meet Nastya, for them I printed the full portfolio on canvas. They just open it, it's a huge piece of cloth and there are all pictures on it. Something different. For some models I printed their photos on glass with wood. In the box they just take it out and they show 3 pictures and they put it back in glass. Something different, you know. But the thing is, you have to do it different. If you show on USB, there's nothing, you know. And that's very, very important, how you present your pictures, how you present your portfolio.